Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play 1001 Games, I hope. I'm your host, Gaming Jay, and today we're hopping into TimeSplitters Future Perfect, something like that. Today we're playing a demo disc of TimeSplitters, which I've taken quite a liking to the longer I do this this quest. So, you know, 9 years ago I started this 1001 quest to play every game in the book. And when we had a lot of games from the 80s and 90s, it was great. You could sit down for an hour, play around with an old Nintendo game. It was great. I'm hitting the point in the book where it's like MMO, 8-disc Japanese RPG, MMO, and I'm just sort of like, how much time can I devote to playing these massive games? I'm not denying that massive games are good and that they, you know, like if there was a 1001 list, you would add some, but I guess what I'm saying is sometimes when I'm going through the games list, when I see something that I know is going to be like a simple, like we could sit down and in an hour like get a sense of a game, it kind of makes me happy again because I feel like we're getting into the denser part of the book. So anyway, when I can, getting a hold of a demo disc I feel like is good because demos are by nature designed to give you just a little taste. Just a little taste, the highlights, if you will, of the game. And then you can go decide if you want to buy it. And so, in our case, we get to play TimeSplitters 2, the demo disc. I think it's TimeSplitters. I don't have the title in front of me. I had it before I started to play, but I'm not going to pause now and go find it. I think I just fell from the top of a cave. Give me a gun, Sergeant. Yeah, give me that gun. Where were you storing that thing, soldier? Gun has a bit of a funk to it, but try not to focus on it. Oh god, what happened here? The controls are inverted. Good old early 2000s games. They love to invert the controls on you. They love to invert the controls. Invert look off. Thank you. Let's see how the rest of the controls work, except the changes. I think one other thing that these early, like, 2000s games that always gets me is there's no aim down sights. So I always want to press left trigger and aim, but it does nothing. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the shoot button. It's also the right bumper that shoots rather than the right trigger. So that's a little weird. I wonder if I could... I know there's an enemy right there, and we're going to get to it. We're going to kill him, but I was like, I wonder if we could alternate this real quickly. Let's see. Customize. Oh, at least, you know what? At least this tells us the buttons. Run and look. Okay, I definitely don't want to revert, change that. But, oh, look, you can change these things. Perfect. Okay, so I want this one to be fire. This one. You know what? I have to say, even if, no, and I can change this to aim. This to throw a grenade. I have to say that props to developers for giving you the ability to customize your controls. That is super nice, and I really appreciate that they did that. So even though the default controls weren't what I wanted, you know, I was very quickly able to go in and change things. So that does already. I feel like I'm on the developer side for this one. So sweet. All right, we got the controls exactly the way I want them. That's perfect. All right, let's do this. Okay, so I don't think you can aim with this gun because the left trigger isn't doing anything. And there's my melee. Okay. We do have auto aiming on, so hopefully that helps me not suck. There's another guy over there. Oh, he's dead. Reload. You know what? Sorry, I'm gonna go in one more time. I gotta change this reload here. It's funny how controls evolve. Why is square crouch? That's weird. Okay. I don't know, change grenades, and this one I want to be crouch. There we go. It's funny how controls evolve over the years, because like nowadays if you picked up a first-person shooter and left trigger wasn't aim down sights and right trigger wasn't shoot, you'd be like, whoa, something's wrong. And then X should be jump, square should be reload. You know, like these are just some basic things that need to be true in every first-person shooter. So it's just kind of interesting, like, how in the earlier 2000s, like, that wasn't necessarily the way that people did things. There was, like, more diversity in controls. Do I have to go this way? Yeah, I do. Okay.
Enemy sighted. They just keep coming.
Get 'em, boys! This laser gun seems pretty cool, actually. So, I think TimeSplitters, if I'm not mistaken, is it the game that was really a spin-off of GoldenEye? Like, the team that made GoldenEye then went ahead and did, like, this because they wanted to make a sci-fi game. Not this particular one, but they made the first TimeSplitters. I could be wrong on my gaming history. I think if you pay attention to my health bars, it definitely looks like very GoldenEye. Like that sort of health bar on the left, that yellow, and then the blue on the right is my armor. That's very GoldenEye. I don't know if there's anything in here. Still can't aim. Don't know if I don't have sights or what. Got the plasma grenades. Would be handy. Oh, yikes. This feels very much sort of like Halo almost. Hey, grenade! 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 Okay, it's not doing jack. I do like this gun. I think I killed my own guy. Shot him in the back of the head. Oops. That's what we call a military retirement. A field retirement. Find some of these other buttons. Crouch seems to work. Checkpoint reached.
Cortez, we're pinned down here. We can't get through. Miller! Oh! Lost Miller!
That guy just literally ran into the line of fire. Got himself killed. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, I have the wrong buttons for, That's so weird. I swore I thought I set these up correctly. Oh no, I didn't. You know what? They were set up correctly initially. I screwed them up. It's my bad. There we go. Aim. Alright, alright, alright. We got it. That's why my other guns couldn't aim. Oh, missed that guy.
They just keep coming! Cortez, aim for those barrels!
Ooh, the barrels, huh?
Great shot, Cortez.
Nice.
The base is just
Damn, this gun is awesome. This thing looks so cool. I don't know how to switch weapons. Oh, there we go. It's just the D-pad.
Time splitter.
Okay, a time splitter. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so this thing definitely you can't aim down sights. It's so weird that, like, there's just many weapons you just couldn't aim down sights back in the day. Wasn't the way you're supposed to play games. I mean, I guess it really started with Doom, right? Like, you think of the original Doom, you didn't aim down sights. I've mentioned this multiple times, but there is a really good fan mod called Brutal Doom, and it lets you aim down sights, and it is totally awesome. It really does make Doom feel like a very modern game. Just to have some basic things like aim down sights, like quick melee is another feature. You know, like in a lot of old games, like Doom and stuff, you'd have to switch to a specific melee weapon and then use it. But in more modern games, there's just like a button where your guy just like bashes someone with the butt of his rifle. But in like Doom, you had like a chain gun and stuff. Like there were specific, particular melee weapons. Oh, we're not done this part? Okay, I want to get back on this thing. Oh, here they come. These look like pigs or something that I'm slaughtering, but I guess they're like time-hopping aliens. The fact that they turned invisible reminds me of that episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where Geordi got infected with some like alien virus that like made him turn invisible and want to go to a planet, and then they only found him because of his shadow. That was a good episode.
Great work, Cortez.
Alright, we got him.
The general's waiting, Sarge.
Alright, let's do this, boys. I also wish I had a jump. I really want the X button to jump, but it does jack. Can't aim and I can't jump. What is this?
This way.
Feel like I'm fighting in Pilgrim times. Pretty sure there's a guy there. Actually kind of annoying to shoot them because they all turn invisible, so you don't even know what you're shooting at. Pro tip, game developers, when you're making a first-person shooter, you want to be able to actually see the thing you're shooting at. It's in the bloody title. It's not a first-person feeler, or, you know, an intuitive best guess machine. You want to be able to see the fear in the enemy's eyes when you blow their friggin' brains out. Shooting into an empty field, hoping an enemy is there. Doesn't have the same panache, you know? Like, look, they're just like weird naked. Like, what is this guy? Like a monster. Oh, he's got robo legs or something. I don't know. Well, they're TimeSplitters is what they are, whatever that is. If you've played the TimeSplitters franchise before, you probably know. Probably have some idea. I think I just threw a grenade. Get out of the way, boys! That grenade will show them what's for. I guess these pigs are supposed to be intimidating or something, but this sort of seems ill-prepared. Like, my team came into the battlefield with clothes, at least. You guys, you didn't even get dressed this morning. Just hopped out of the shower and we're like, let's do this. You Leroy's Jenkins'd it, son. You need a little more organization in your monster team than this. You can't. This just shows a complete disarray and disorganization. There's nothing intimidating about fighting a nude enemy. It makes you feel bad. I was gonna say I think I ran out of bullets. Oh, I did. Can try and snipe these guys though. I think I sniped my own guy there. Okay, so turns out sniping this close is bad. Jesus, I'm missing everything. There we go, we got one. Maybe I'll just back off a bit more. It's a good strategy. How many of these guys we gotta kill?
Keep firing. Hold the line.
Snipe! Yeah.
Get back to base. We can't hold them forever.
Get back to base. Oh, am I supposed to just keep going or something?
Keep firing.
I'm gonna try. Oh, I got dual pistols. Good. Okay, they're telling me to get back to base. Okay, I guess I'll just carry on. Did I go this way? I thought I was supposed to help fight, but they're all like, get back to base. Oh! Oh, that's it. That's the whole demo. 2 to 16 players online, all new challenge and the arcade levels, over 150 playable characters, comprehensive map maker, and 12 captivating stories. Available March 2005, and there's a bunch of ninjas doing ninja stuff. One looks like he's a RoboCop. I kind of want to hop back in there real quick because that was
the year.
You know, I'm all for like a quick demo, but that was like real quick. But I guess that's how this one's gonna go here. TimeSplitters 2. I do have to say, like, for an early 2000s shooter, once you get the controls sorted out, it actually does feel pretty good. I think the first TimeSplitters was for N64, and every time we go back and play a first-person shooter on the N64, I always have a rough time of it, because, like, I mean, the N64 really introduced the analog stick, but because it was the first, it's like a lot of the shooters used it in a weird way that shooters don't anymore. And frankly, it's a way that I don't think has aged very well, you know. Back in the day, it might have been, you know, when it was the only way you played first-person shooters, it was, I guess, fine. But nowadays, with the invention of twin sticks and stuff, it's like one weird analog stick in the middle of a joystick, just in the middle of a controller, doesn't really cut it anymore. I mean, if you grew up with it, you're probably okay with it. Although I will say, I've heard people who like loved GoldenEye and stuff, and then go back like, you know, 20, 30 years later and try and use an N64 controller, and they're like, oh god, this is awful. So I'm not sure exactly how well it holds up, even for people who played it growing up. But I will say, like, for this one here, even though there's a few quirks, you know, you can't aim down sights and stuff like that, it still actually feels pretty good for an early shooter. So, yeah, I don't know, take that for what it's worth. As someone who never played this before, who plays more modern shooters, I feel like this one isn't too bad in terms of you know, transitioning to it. So here's my question for you guys for today: did you play a lot of demos growing up? So growing up, I didn't have a ton of money. My parents wouldn't buy me too many video games. I did have like a handful of games, but it was sort of selective. But I could always count on shareware editions of video games and demos. And so I've talked about this before. I used to play Monster Truck Madness after school at my friend's house, and we just had the demo, and we'd play the first race over and over and over again. There's many like shareware games that I grew up playing, and I like never had the full version because like we couldn't afford it, and we would just play like the same 2-3 levels over and over, you know. So my question is, are there any demos that you guys played a lot of? Basically like this, where you, so imagine back in the day, if you couldn't afford the real game, maybe you just play this level like over and over, and you try different things. You're like, I wonder if I can get through this section without sniping, or I wonder if I can get through this section, you know, with only using the pistols. Or I'm just gonna fight those TimeSplitter guys until I totally run out of ammo. So basically, you try like sort of different challenges for yourself. Because the demo's so short, you kind of have to try different things to make it fun. And I don't know, I did that as a kid. One of the things I did. Or I'd try and like find secret passages like this and see like, is there any way to get in here? Monster Truck Madness was a fun one to mess around with because you could literally just piss off. You didn't have to drive the race, and you could just like drive off into the horizon and drive on hills and stuff. So it was really just sort of like kind of driving around, messing around, playing around as a kid. But anyway, TimeSplitters 2, here's one of the games from 1001 Video Games Just Play Before You Die. It's a PS2 shooter, which originally started as an N64 franchise. I believe, if I've got the right franchise here, I'm almost positive from the health bars, this is the descendant of GoldenEye. But the first TimeSplitter I know was like very well regarded. This one feels like a pretty good early action first-person shooter from the early aughts. So, yeah, I don't know. If you're looking for that kind of thing, this one seems not too bad. It reminds me of Halo, like almost the first Halo, when things were still a little rough around the edges, but you can tell there's something good here. So, yeah, if you never played it before, but you like the other TimeSplitter, you might want to check it out. But yeah, those are my thoughts for the day. What do you guys think of TimeSplitter here? Did you play a ton of it back in the day? Did you love it? What did you love about it? Did you play a lot of demo discs like me? Sound off in the comments down below. Comment in the comments, and I will comment on your comment about your comment. But guys, I hope you did enjoy yourselves here today. If you did, like the video, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And other than that, I will catch you in the next one, where we will be playing an MMO, or an RPG, or a JRPG, or a combination of all three. Because that's all the games we're going to be playing from now until episode 1000. Oh god, why did I do this? I should have spaced these things out more. Got like 50 JRPGs and MMOs in a row coming up. No, it's not that bad, but yeah, anyway. Feel my pain, guys, and feel pity on me. Guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace!